We made one of our clients that we do webinars for £138,000. That's pounds, by the way. That's not dollars, that's pounds. From one single webinar campaign with only 126 people who attended the call, and we spent absolutely zero on paid advertising whatsoever. And just in case you're curious, this was not for a massive personal brand. This was for my friend Aston, who at the time of the webinar had 7,500, and he's had a short spurge in followers since then. But nevertheless, we spent no money on advertising and we made £138,000 from this. And if you're watching this video, you're either one of a few type of people. You're either a coach, a consultant, or an info seller who is sick and tired of either seeing your competitors doing webinars, or you're sick and tired of selling in a one-to-one fashion, and you want to start getting all of your leads on a single call and making this kind of money with your info coaching or consulting business, or you're a copywriter and you're a growth operator and your clients ask to do it for you, ask you to do one for them, and you're cooked and you don't know what to do. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly down to the GHL flows that we had, right? What we set up for Aston in this campaign. So what you can do is you can go away, you can watch this video, and then you can just go and implement it for yourself. And whether you make £138,000 or not, let me know. And if you do, attribute it to me. Text me and say, Charlie, thank you for helping me. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Charlie McCormack. I'm the founder of Webinar Wizards, where we exclusively help info, coaching, and consulting businesses transition from selling one-to-one and struggling and fighting people on sales calls to doing one-to-many and living a fruitful life and getting rich quick, like people like Iman are doing, clearing $1 million a day with live events, like people like Serge Katari are doing 250K a week with webinars as his main driver and sales mechanism. And I'm going to show you how we did this for Aston today. Now, to give you a little bit of context, a couple things. The offer price was 3K, okay? So whether you have a higher ticket offer or whether you have a lower ticket offer, this is just the example that we're given in the case study. This was 3,500, I believe, at the time of doing it. And the offer was around helping people raise finance, use other people's money to invest in property and get deals. And the offer was that you get part of the AFPI network, you get one-to-ones with Aston and his boys, who are, they're absolutely class, by the way, and they have a course as well. So the boys have a great offer. It's really good, and it targets a specific niche within property that not too many people are doing, and they're super bullshit. They have a lot of trust with their audience, and I help them set up their Go High level a while ago. So I set them up an evergreen VSL book a call funnel when they first launched their offer, which was great for getting to 20, 30K a month. But after that, you just end up getting calls. Like, you might get calls booked. Half of them don't show up. Half of them, when they show up, they don't know your name. They don't know what you do. They're not educated. And half of them will just go and take deposits, right? If you don't have a system in place that educates and nurtures your leads. So here's what we found. And if you are either a coach or a consultant or an info seller, I imagine that your situation is probably quite similar to this, where you have a VSL book a call funnel. As you can see here, we were split testing 2 VSLs and the results weren't terrible. You know, people were still booking calls and Aston and the boys were still making good money. But what we ended up with was having a CRM full of leads, right? They were getting email nurture, they were getting some SMSs, they were getting all the basic stuff that you would expect to have if you're running a coaching, consulting, or an info biz. However, this is what most people have, and they have what I call a graveyard CRM, which is, if you were to imagine, if you were to run a re-engagement campaign, how many people in your CRM are even going to remember your name? How many people in your CRM are even going to remember that when you send them an email that it's you from that video that they watched a couple months ago? Probably not enough is the answer. So how can we get the people who haven't booked a call, or the people who have booked a call who didn't close, how can we re-engage them in a leveraged way? How can we get, rather than trying to tell them to book a call, which they may have already been on, or they're not idiots, they know where your Instagram is, they know how to go and book a call themselves, they just don't want to. So rather than sending them an email saying, oh, book a call as a call to action, how can we give them something that they actually want? And what these people want, which is what they wanted in the first place, is they wanted to know more. That's why they opted into the funnel. So what can we give them? We can give them education to re-engage them. We're not selling them on a call. We're selling them on coming and spending some time with us and learning some stuff. So what we did is we put all of the leads who were in the CRM into an email nurture sequence that looks something on Go High Level if you're using GHL, and if not, there will be other email service providers that will look very similar to this, that looks like this. So this is a tactical insight, right? If you are going to run a webinar, you need at least 2 sets of flows. You need one to your existing email list or your existing contacts to let them know that you are going to be holding a webinar on X day at X time, and you're going to be teaching them X, right? And then once they register, you then take them out of that sequence because we're not trying to get them to sign up anymore, and we put them into the sequence number 2, which is once they've registered, an email flow to A, remind them of the webinar, and B, sell showing up to the webinar to them, because people's time is valuable. If people are going to take an hour and a half out of their day to spend time with you, to be educated by you, you better give them a good reason to do so. So not only am I just going to show you this, I'm actually going to show you what this automation would look like in Go High Level. So if you use this, you'll know that, opportunity created, opportunity updated. So once a pipeline is triggered, once they register, right, you set the event start time as the time that you're doing the webinar, and then you send them emails with whatever cadence you want, whether that be every day until the event or every other day or whatever you want. Before then, a registering email or the announcement email, and then you say wait, and then this could be wait 4 days before, and then you just repeat this sequence again and again and again. So that's actually how you set up the email flow inside of Go High Level. And as you can see here, we had a post-webinar email flow as well, and we also had an email flow for when people registered, and the actual sequence we were promoting emails out was in a different folder. So here is one of the things that is going to make or break your webinar for you, and I need you to pay. If you don't watch anything else in this video, if you don't pay any other attention to the funnel that we used, or the tactics that we used, or the script that we used, or how we did the post-appointment setting or anything, please listen to this bit, right? You need to think about your webinars as if the webinar itself is your offer. How can you make turning up and spending time with me or you or your team an absolute no-brainer? How can we give them something that is so good that they can go onto their calendar, and if they've got calls, if they said they're going for tea with the missus or whatever, that they will cancel that call to turn up to your webinar? And in this case, with this case study, what we did is we chose the one core thing that differentiates Aston and the AFPI network from each different other property info coach or consultant or whatever. And that is that they are absolute specialists in raising finance and using other people's money. That's what the AFPI network is about. And so what do? We called it a raising finance masterclass. It doesn't need to be more complicated. But what you need to do is you need to take your one core thing, the one core thing that your audience or the people who would be interested in your product, think of it like the hook, take it and market it and tell them, here is the one big thing that you want to know, which is what the people buy our product because they want to know it. And I'm going to teach it to you for free. And all you have to do is sign up. Now, when you have a value proposition this good, I actually haven't done this again since for any other client, but we got away with it this time. We didn't use a landing page. We didn't use a sales letter to get them to sign up. We didn't use anything. We just used a GHL form with full name, phone, and email, and then Zapiered it with the register with Zoom. So then they got the Zoom invites and the Zoom link as well. That was it. Because the value proposition was so good, we didn't need anything fancy. We didn't need anything because they wanted to learn how to raise finance, as you see here. If you're struggling to get into property because you don't have the funds, in this webinar, you're going to learn how I started with minus 3K and have raised over 10 million in private finance in the last 4 years. Now, if I was watching property, if I was into property, I would want to know that. I would want to say, right, how have you gone from minus 3K to 10 million in 4 years? And that is the pre-webinar campaign flows. Now, there are a bunch of other stuff that you can do, and there's a bunch of other stuff that we now do for clients. But we didn't do it for this case study. And I'm just going to keep this strictly for this case study and not include anything that we didn't do, so you know exactly how we did it here. Once they registered, we put them in the email and the SMS to boost the attendance, to boost the show rate of the webinar. I would want my webinars, if they're live, to be anywhere from 60 to 70% show rate if you have put in the proper cadence. If it's anything less than that, there are probably things that you could do in the messaging, or things you could give the audience, or incentives you could give them to turn up to get that up. But, 50%, if it's any lower than that, you should be worried and there's things you're doing wrong. So just keep that in mind for next time. Now, one of the biggest parts of the presentation, right? If you actually get people there, and you get people to this point where you have 100 plus people sat down at their computer, willing and waiting to learn from you, please do not get your actual script and your presentation wrong. This is make or break, because you can go from, if you don't have experience writing, even just if you are a normal copywriter, writing webinars is a whole different beast. Because essentially what you're doing, especially if this is for cold traffic, is that you're taking someone who literally does not know you to get them to either buy from you on the webinar or to book in a call with you and tell them the price or whatever, right? You're trying to fast track weeks worth of them consuming your content, weeks of them looking at competitors, into an hour and a half. So you need to make sure that you get it right. And if you do want to get it right, then I actually have this here, which is our internal webinar script that we use for clients here. And if you want a copy of that document, then DM me the word webinar script, or just say webinar script. Say you've come from this YouTube video to my Instagram, charliemccormack._, and I will send it to you completely free of charge. Because if you get this wrong, you're not only going to burn your audience, because if you write a bad script, those people they're never going to buy from you again. They're just not. Because if you sell them too hard, they're never going to buy from you again. And they're just going to think every single time you do a webinar, or every single time you send them a booking call link or email or SMS, or you run an ad to them, they're just going to think, this guy, they're just going to sell me. I don't want to work with them. Or if you overeducate them, you get the opposite side of, you give them enough to go and do it by themselves and they don't see the value in working with you. So it's something that you don't want to get wrong, okay? And what we did here, because Aston's is a bit more of a sophisticated market, we weren't using, slide by slide, we weren't building up too much suspense or anything, because these people are smart, right? We put together a really sharp presentation for this using our one-to-many sales script and the framework that we use. Now, if you're selling B2C, you probably can get away with being a bit more, a bit more direct response, a bit more selly in some senses. However, don't assume that your customers are idiots, especially if it's not a more sophisticated market or B2B. Don't do anything stupid in a B2B presentation. They need to be sold on themselves, they need to be sold on you, and they need to be sold on your offer. Here's me watching the presentation. So we put the presentation slides together here in Canva. And what I typically do for clients is that I will write the script first on a Google Doc. So if you're the copywriter or you're the coach and you're writing your own one, write on a Google Doc, turn the Google Doc into a presentation, and then go through it and make sure that you're happy with it. And if you get all of this right, here's me watching the webinar on my laptop, watching Aston crush it. Here are the kind of results that you're going to get. So 5 minutes afterwards, we had 6 calls booked and they all knew the price. And after 10 days, we collected £38,200 just from the webinar leads after the first 10 days. And then we put together an SMS and an email post-nurture campaign, as you can see here, post-webinar emails, and they were post-webinar SMS only. And from that, we then totaled in the campaign 138,000 total all-time Webby leads. And if you don't believe me, then there is the Go High Level tags of the people who registered for the webinar and the people who were sold on the AFPI network. Now, this is a complex system, okay? And it's not something that you are going to get right straight away. Now, that is kind of the rough architecture to it, but a lot of these things, you could put together this system in your business or for a client if you are the copywriter, and it might not perform as well as this, right? And there are a lot of other things that go into it, such as, what's the person's brand like? If Aston had more followers, that number would have presumably, been higher. And if you had less followers, it probably presumably would have been lower. So there are loads of things that goes into it. Your advertising, your messaging, the one core thing that you put in, the script, the emails, and everything like that. However, for this case study, all that I can show you is that is how we did it. That's how we did it with the automations. That's how we did it with the one big thing, the hook. If you want to know what script we use and how we actually flesh out the script and the presentation, like I said, DM me on Instagram. And hopefully you can see that going from selling one-to-one, if we were to try and re-engage the 126 people, how long would that have taken? That's 126 hours, right? That's like 3 weeks worth of work non-stop on sales calls. Or we put them all in one call, one to many, we educate them, we re-engage them, and then we end up making over 100 grand from a single hour's worth of work. Now, here is kind of the playbook that we follow when we're putting together the campaign, similar to Aston. And if you're interested in us implementing this infrastructure and this architecture into your info coach, your consulting business, then there'll be a link to a little explainer video showing you how we do it for our clients, what's done for you, what's done with you, what do you have to do yourself, and everything else like that. And I won't waffle on too much in this video, but if you're interested, I will let you go and check out the link in the description. And if this video was useful or you have any questions, then feel free to leave it in the comments or DM me at charliemccormack._ on Instagram. Take care. Bye-bye.